Hello everybody, Mark here for Mark's Max Muscle, and it's comparison time once again. The 2014 Mr. Olympia provided one of the most controversial decisions in Olympia history, at least in the eyes of Kai Greene fans. Heath and Greene were the two top guys that year, so we're gonna pretty much forget about the rest of the lineup for now. And I will be giving my totally unbiased opinion on who I think actually won the 2014 Mr. Olympia. So without further ado, let's start these comparisons. Here's the front double bicep pose. And aside from an atrocious midsection there on Dr. Phil, I think he actually would be taking this. If you actually look at the arms there, he's much stronger in that point, I believe. In particular, those forearms. They seem to be non-existent of Kai Greene. But having said that, that midsection just ruins everything on Dr. Phil. Just his aesthetics are atrocious, like I said. And Kai Greene just looks a little bit better, in my opinion. But let's have another shot. This is a direct comparison here. I believe this is perhaps the next day in judging. And it appears Kai Greene looks even better in this comparison. Looks like his conditioning is a little bit better, and his legs are a little more separated there. But having said that, in my opinion, Kai Greene is definitely taking the front double bicep pose. But there's definitely more poses. Let's carry on. Here's a classic comparison that definitely could go either way, depending on who's judging this. Now, if you're looking at the legs, Kai Greene is just destroying Filthy Phil there. He's just head and shoulders. A tremendous leg development on Kai there. He looks like a beast. And dry your eyes on those calves. But having said that, that midsection of Kai Greene is just ruining, just destroying this whole pose. I hate to say it, but we're going to be going with Dr. Filthy Phil here. He has a much better presentation, in my opinion, his stance, if you will. And his midsection actually looks pretty good in comparison. And this is the year that he had the stomach problems, apparently. But I guess nobody was looking at Kai's big gut here. But anyway, like I said at the beginning, this could go either way. If you look at the legs of Kai, then there's no doubt that it could justify a win for him. But this is a tight competition here. Tight contest. So let's carry on this tight contest. Now, genetics definitely points a victory towards Phil Heath for this one. Look at his tricep. It's just massive. And Kai, in my opinion, has a very high tricep. And not very favorable, speaking from a judge point of view. And he's not even really hitting this correctly. But having said that, he is doing battle, and he does look good. But in my opinion, Heath just edges out a victory. The reason why he's not a blowout victory is, look at the gut. He's Phil the Gut Heath, and it's definitely he was given that name for a reason. But here in this shot here, Kai looks a little bit better. He's hitting the mandatory pose correctly. But Phil still has it. In my opinion now. Of course, you guys can make your own decisions and disagree. Let me know in the comment section, of course. But I think in this one, I just like that stance of Phil. He actually looks pretty good. The legs, of course, goes to Kai. This whole competition so far. But not enough. Let's carry on. Kai Greene's aesthetics are earning him a victory here in the front lat spread. No doubt, Phil does look great if you avoid looking at that great big midsection. Looks like he swallowed a watermelon seed and it grew into a great big watermelon. But having said that, Kai Greene looks fantastic in this front lat spread. Now that's how to hit a front lat spread. A funny looking face on Phil, but we're not judging the faces. We are definitely judging the physiques, and in my opinion here, Kai does look better. But Phil, definitely body parts are looking good there, in particular the legs. But Kai gets the front lat spread, and we're going to carry on. Ooh, the back shots. The rear double bicep. What a classic shot for both of these gentlemen. Oh, gosh darn it, I wish Kai had hit this one correctly. He had to do his little thing there, but actually looks pretty good. It's comparable. I don't know, guys. It's hard for me to decide this one. Now, I guess I'm going to lean slightly towards Phil Heath's favor, but it's, like I said, it's hard. We'll have a look at this picture here. This is a little bit better of a comparison. Now, Kai Greene seems to have a very short torso there. He might be working in his, not in his favor, but hard to say here. It's close. Let's have a look at one more. Now, in this picture here, you can really see the conditioning of Phil Heath. Look at those glutes. Look at that lower back. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I guess we're going to go with Heath in the rear double by. But it's darn close. And there is one more back shot here in the rear lat spread. And this whole competition looks like it's closing in on poor Kai Greene. Because in my opinion, Phil Heath has one of the best rear lat spreads of all time. Now, Greene's is monstrous here in proportions and such, but his symmetry is just not on at all. His legs are massive, but we've seen in that last picture, the more clear one, that his conditioning's not quite up to par with Phil Heath's standards. But it's still a battle, so let's carry on with the last two poses. Now, this being a go-to pose for Phil Heath, usually this is going to be a cut and dry victory. But this is the year Kai Greene really put on some mass. This is awfully close here, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy, thinking there's no way Kai Greene can touch Phil Heath in this most muscular. But gosh darn it, it sure looks close here in this comparison. But let's have another one here. Here's a better comparison. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to go with Kai Greene in this. He just looks massive this year. Now, 9 times out of 10, then I would say Phil Heath is destroying Kai Greene in most muscular anytime. But this is the year. This is the year. This is a close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look at the ab and thigh. This will be the last pose. We're going to be leaning towards Phil Heath for the ab and thigh pose, much to my surprise. I failed to realize how much more slender Phil Heath's waist is compared to Kai Greene. Kai is just so massive everywhere. Sometimes I fail to realize. But this is just one comparison. Let's have a look at another one. And this is a little bit closer here in this one. I don't know. I'd say Kai's looks better, but his waist is so much thicker. His leg does look fantastic, though. But having said that, I believe that it was a little more on the side of Phil Heath for the first comparison. So I guess he's just edging out a slight victory. But I have to say, this has been a very close competition, but I just have Phil Heath edging out by a couple of points here. So I guess, in Mark's Max Muscle's opinion, your winner of the 2014 Mr. Olympia is Phil Heath. Ooh, it's just my opinion. Anyway, okay, we get the point. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and have a good day.